guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Courtney and today I'm bringing you another round of fall DIYs. I'm very excited for today's video because I have partnered with Hippo to bring you some options on how you can create your very own decals and iron-on projects even if you don't have a cutting machine. Now, if you have never tried waterslide decals, then you're in for a treat. So let's get started. For this first project, I was really excited to work with this waterslide decal paper. So in the package, you get 20 sheets of the paper along with a set of directions and some troubleshooting tips. The directions are very thorough. They give you both pictures as well as the written description of how to make this work. And it's really, really simple. So once you've picked an image that you want to print out, you're going to load this paper into your printer. Now there is a shiny side and kind of a dull side. You want your image to print on the shiny side of the paper, and you go ahead and just print it out like it were just a regular piece of copy paper. Now you do set your paper setting to photo paper. That's the only change you need to make when printing out your image. Once the images are all printed and before you do any trimming, you're going to need to take it outside and spray 3 coats of a clear sealer. So once you've sprayed the first coat, you're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes, then spray your second, let it sit 10 minutes, then spray your third coat. Now taking some scissors, or if you have a Cricut, you can use your Cricut to go ahead and cut out the image, but you do want to leave a little bit of allowance around the image. Now, as you can see, it's kind of leaving a little white border here. That will not show up white when you go to apply it. It's going to disappear, no big deal. So go ahead and get your image cut out. Now this is the fun part. I went ahead and just cut my image apart to make it easy to apply it to my plate. So what you're gonna do is take some water from your sink, just cold water, put it in a bowl, and you're gonna drop your image in the water. You're gonna let it sit for about 30 to 60 seconds. What you're trying to do is let that back paper come loose from your image. Once it's loose, then you're ready to apply it to whether it's a plate, a lamp, a candle, whatever you want to apply it to. Now the key here is you want to make sure whatever you're applying it to, like for instance, I'm putting it on a plate, that you do put a little bit of water on there. And what that's going to allow you to do is when you put your image down, you can slide it around, get it right into place, and then you'll go ahead and get it nice and sealed on. Once you get your image in place, then all you want to do is take a paper towel and working from the middle out, you're just going to press it down and kind of get all that extra water out. Now on this one right here, if you can kind of tell that top left pumpkin, he ripped a little bit, and that's because in that one spot, I didn't have any water. So when I went to go put my decal down, it just immediately stuck. And then when I was starting to slide it around to get it positioned, of course it ripped. So that's why it's very important to make sure that whatever surface that you're putting your image on is wet. I wanted to make one more project with the water slide decal paper, so I'm going to go ahead and just repeat all the same steps. I just have this little hot cider image, and then this water bottle came from Walmart. They have them for $1 and they have tons and tons of colors. So again, just repeating all the same steps. I trimmed around my image, leaving a little bit of an allowance, dropped it in the water, made sure that my water bottle was wet, put the image on there, dried it off with a paper towel, and then I'm gonna let these items, you wanna let them sit for about 3 to 4 hours to completely dry before use. Before I move into the fall projects using some heat transfer paper, I wanted to make a cute little fall sign. So I grabbed this sign from Dollar Tree and I went ahead and popped off the back of the sign and painted it white. While that was drying, I grabbed some of the mini pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I just love to use pool noodles. It's a great thing to use to hold things that you need to paint. And I'm just going to use some orange paint to paint these. They were a little bright and I wasn't really fond of the color, so I'm just going to go ahead and paint about 3 coats of paint all over the pumpkins. Once they were painted, I did go ahead and trim the little stems on them just a little bit because they were pretty tall. And then if you follow me on Instagram, I mentioned how I had a Bob Ross happy accident moment with these. Well, after they were painted, I was impatient, basically. That's what it boils down to. I wanted them to dry quickly, so I took my heat gun on full blast and started to dry these. Well, it started to make the styrofoam kind of bubble up and do weird things, and so at first I thought, oh no, I've ruined it, but then I kind of liked the look that it gave it, so it actually made these pumpkins have some character, and so I went ahead and just blasted all the pumpkins with some hot air. Once the pumpkins had been heat blasted, I went ahead and painted them with one more coat of orange paint, and then I painted all the stems brown. While the pumpkins are finishing drying up, I took the back of the picture and went ahead and took a piece of fall themed scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby, traced around the back, cut it out, and then I attached that scrapbook paper with a glue stick to the very back and then put it back into my little frame. And then I was ready to start assembling my little, I guess we'll call it a shadow box. So Dollar Tree has these little mini hay bales, and I just thought these would be perfect for this. So what I did was took 3 of the hay bales and I went ahead and hot glued them into my little frame. Then I took all of my pumpkins and started arranging them around and also hot gluing them in to my picture. I wanted to make a little sign to put in here. So this is just one of the little chalkboards that come on the little clothespins from Dollar Tree. I ripped off the clothespin and then I just used one of the little sticks from the pumpkins and glued it to the back. And then for the front of the sign, I did create a free printable for you. There's tons of options on there. They're sized to fit these little chalkboards. So everything that I can will definitely be linked down below in the description box. And so I just picked one of the images and then I went ahead and just used my glue stick and glued it directly to my little sign. Then taking the little sign I made, I just put some hot glue on the back of it and went ahead and glued it into my little scene here. And then the last thing I wanted to do was just make a tiny little pennant banner to drape at the top of this. So I'm just going to use some twine as well as that same scrapbook paper that I put on the back of the picture. I'm just going to cut a strip of it and cut teeny tiny little triangles, and then I'm just going to glue those triangles directly to the pieces of twine, and then that's it. This little picture is all finished. These next 2 projects, I'm going to be using this heat transfer paper. Now this one's set for dark fabric. I'm going to put it to the test in the next project because I'm using light, but for the first one, I did go ahead and use dark fabric. The packaging, as far as what comes with it, is you get 10 sheets of the heat transfer paper. You'll notice that one side is this white side, the back is a blue side. So when you feed it into your printer, you want to go ahead and make sure you're printing your image on the white side of the paper. It also comes with the grease proof paper, or basically parchment paper, and then it also has a sheet of adhesive film if you need it. I didn't end up needing it. Directions were clear. It was really easy to load. The printing was fine. So what I did is I went ahead and I have 2 images printed out here, but I'm going to be working with that Welcome Fall one. Now here's the first thing that I noticed, and this first time attempt at using it, I kind of messed up because when I went to go trim out my image, I left a small little white border around my image, and when I went to go press it and iron it down, the white showed up on my image. So you got to keep that in mind. It's a little bit different from than when you did the water slide paper, where you can have that little allowance around it. If you have a Cricut, you could certainly use it to cut it out, but then I did it again. I trimmed the image out exactly how it was supposed to be trimmed, and the little white border didn't show up. It was really easy. You just set your image down on your material, put the greaseproof paper on top, press it for the time that you need to press it, and then take it off, and it looks great. For this next DIY, I put on my rule breaker pants, and I decided, okay, I'm going to try light fabric. Even though the packaging says this is for dark, I'm going to see what happens. So I had this tea towel that I'd gotten in a pack on clearance from Marshall's, like at Christmas time, and I wanted to make a fall tea towel for my kitchen. So here is the pumpkin image that I'm using. I printed it out. I trimmed it all the way around very precisely. I peeled off my backing, put my greaseproof paper on, applied my heat, let it sit for the 30 seconds, and then when I pulled it off, guys, it looked great. Like, I didn't notice any discoloration or anything that I thought, oh, okay, now I see why it's just for dark. So it happened to work really well for me. And then the last thing I wanted to add to this was just a little twine bow. So I just hot glued that directly on there because I'm not actually going to use this to dry my hands. It's just for display. And there you go, a little fall tea towel for the kitchen. This DIY, I was so excited to find these little mugs at Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree lately has just been terrible, but I was really excited to find these, and I knew I wanted to make a fall felt ball garland with this. So starting with this little mug, I'm going to paint the top of it white, and then I'm going to paint the mug orange. Then taking some of these little pumpkin stickers that Dollar Tree has, I just picked one and went ahead and set it on my mug. Then I looked at the mug and I thought, okay, it needs just a little bit of definition. So I just took one of my brown Arteza markers and I just went around the edge of the mug just to define it a little bit. My mug is going to be attached to this fall garland that I got on Amazon. It already came strung up and it came with all these fall colors. So I just decided how many balls I wanted, and then I directly tied my mug to one end. And then for the other end, I just grabbed some yarn that I had picked up from Dollar Tree and I made a tassel. Simple way to make the tassel, I just wrapped it around my hand until I got the thickness that I liked, took a piece, tied it off, cut it, wrapped around the top, and then attached my tassel to the little felt ball garland, and then that was it. This one was all finished. And there you have it, another round of fall DIYs. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these projects is your favorite. Also let me know if you've ever worked with the waterslide decal paper or the heat transfer paper. I would love to know. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I will put all the products I used in today's video down in the description box along with a coupon code if you do want to try out the waterslide decal or transfer paper. I will see you guys in the next one. Check out these videos if you'd like some more inspiration. I'll see you later. Bye.